Chris, I know you guys will think this is left field, but it's Dak Prescott. He's clearly the quarterback under the most pressure heading into next season, strictly because he's the only quarterback that hasn't won a Super Bowl within those guys that we just named. He's the only quarterback that's been doubted by his fan base and organization. He's the only quarterback that needs that second contract because he's a fourth rounder. I know he gets endorsements here and there, but he still hasn't been appreciated by his franchise to reward him with a big contract, to just say, you're our guy. So I think he needs to have an MVP caliber season to let everybody know, the world know, that I belong in this class. I want to be paid like these guys. So I definitely have to be the one to go out there and put my name behind what I want and just say, hey, I deserve my payday. And that's why he's under the most pressure coming off that injured season going into next season.
Oh, Brandon, piling the pressure on my guy, Dak. Dak's been carrying the Cowboys. He's been the most consistent part of that organization. I do think he needs an MVP level season to get the long-term deal done. But I believe the most pressure is on Patrick Mahomes. He just lost the Super Bowl. As we know, the Chiefs did not score a touchdown. He did not throw a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl. We had kind of even skipped over this Bucs Super Bowl onto the conversation of, what if they win 3 Super Bowls in a row? Will we then be able to put him past Tom Brady? We anointed the Chiefs the new dynasty. And look, I don't think the Chiefs are going to fall off or anything, but what happens if they don't win the Super Bowl again? What kind of conversations are we having about the Chiefs? Maybe we put too much pressure and too much expectation on them too quickly, but we know what Patrick Mahomes is capable of. We know his talent. He's the best quarterback in the league. We know that. He's the future. But I think the pressure this year, losing the Super Bowl in that way, obviously Todd Bowles' defense was incredible. He got the most pressures of any quarterback in Super Bowl history and was throwing sideways, upside down, and smacking his receivers in the face. He did what he could, but I do think if you have that much expectation, that much praise, you do have to have some of the burden of responsibility when you lose that way. So I think the pressure is on Patrick Mahomes to come back and have an incredible season.
Well, before I share my pick, Dak doesn't even belong on this list. I'm just saying, I respect him. I know what he's done and what he's capable of doing. But with this list of guys and quarterbacks, Dak does not yet belong on this list. Having said that, Russell Wilson is the quarterback that is under the most pressure. And why do I say that? Because he's the quarterback that has called out his organization, saying that he needs more help. He needs to be protected. That means, look, I'm doing my job. I'm doing my part. Get me some help, and I can do even more. But let's not forget, Russell Wilson hasn't been past the divisional round in the postseason since the Super Bowl loss to Tom Brady. So he has some proving to do in and of itself to show that he can win without an excellent defense, because we know that's how he won his first Super Bowl. That's how he got to his second Super Bowl. That's how he had his early jumpstart success with the Seattle Seahawks. Now it's Russell Wilson's team. Now it's all about what can he do? How can he get them over the hump? And with him calling his team out, requesting or asking or demanding, however he wants to put it, for help up front specifically, it is going to be pressure on Russell Wilson to provide them with some type of play that is consistent, not just for the first half of the season like this year, but throughout the duration as well as into the postseason.
Guys, look, let me start with Brandon. I mean, Dak, I get it. He's got to get his money. I'll give you that. But it's all about expectations when you talk about pressure. And as Greg said, Dak is just not on this list. I don't think anybody considers Dak elite, like top 5 quarterback. So we're not expecting too much from him. He just got to get his money. I give you that. Joy, Pat Mahomes is 25 years old. If they don't win the Super Bowl next year, he got plenty of time to go win Super Bowls. And Greg, Russell Wilson's only 32. The guy with the most pressure is the one who has father time, looking over his shoulder, breathing down his neck, and that is Aaron Rodgers. We all talk about how Aaron Rodgers is maybe the greatest thrower of the football we've ever seen, right? Then why has he only been to 1 Super Bowl? Not just won one, but only been to one. And he hasn't been to one in a decade. And I'm telling you, last year, look, he was great in the regular season, deservedly won the MVP award. But it was an epic fail in the playoffs. Make no mistake about it. I mean, you had everything going for you. Your defense was solid. Your running game was solid. You had arguably the best wide receiver in the league. You were in Lambeau, where you have maybe the greatest home field advantage in the NFL, and you let a 43-year-old quarterback who's been with his team one season, didn't get a chance to work out with them in the offseason. He steps in there and beats you? And we can blame Matt LaFleur all we want. It was a horrible call. We know it on fourth down. But Aaron didn't do two things. One, he didn't run on third down. He might have scored, but even if he gets to the 2 or 3 yard line, that probably makes LaFleur go for it on fourth. And two, why didn't Aaron say something to Matt LaFleur? Aaron Rodgers has as much stature in this game as anyone. He could have went to the head coach and been like, hold up. Let's think about this. We got 2 minutes left. We might not get the ball back. Let's go for it. That's being the leader his team would have needed in that situation. So, look, Aaron Rodgers, his legacy is set as a Hall of Famer and all that. But if he only gets to one Super Bowl in his illustrious career, that's an issue. That's why the pressure is on Aaron Rodgers.
I couldn't disagree with that more. Like, I could not disagree with you any more than I already do. Like, Aaron Rodgers is coming off an MVP season. I get it. He's up against time when it comes to winning a Super Bowl. But when we talk about this Green Bay Packer team, we don't just talk about Aaron Rodgers and his lack of performance. No, we talk about what he does not have, what he has not been afforded to get over the hump. Look, you can't win this game by yourself. And when you talk about losing to a guy in Tom Brady who was with his team for 1 year, didn't have all this time with them, but he had so many other variables and so much more personnel around him to support that. All he had to do was just be Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers has to be everything for this Green Bay Packer team. And you talk about the postseason and him running on third down and Matt LaFleur woulda, coulda, shoulda, whatever. It's not just all on Aaron Rodgers. Yes, I get it. We all are critical of Aaron Rodgers. I've been more critical of him than probably any of you. But I can't sit here and say that their woes, their lack of not getting back to the Super Bowl is solely on Aaron Rodgers. It's been a personnel issue, specifically on the defensive side of the ball. And now, in my opinion, they're failing him on the offensive side of the ball, getting skill guys around him. And Joy, when it comes to Pat Mahomes, I do agree with you on that. I think Pat Mahomes is under some pressure because he did perform at such a poor state in the most important game. And I think teams will now use what Todd Bowles did to combat what they've always seen out of the Kansas City Chiefs. But, Chris, come on, man. Stop it. Stop that.
It's about rings,
I
baby.
agree with you.
Rings.
I agree with you, Greg. It's not all on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers does everything he can. He can't help the fact that they wasted that first-round pick on Jordan Love and turned the whole beginning of the conversation of the season about if they're going to replace him. So he's got to go out here and have an MVP season. He can't do it all. He can't call the plays. He can't run special teams. He's just go out there, have an MVP season. So I'm with you, Greg. It's not on Aaron Rodgers. We know what he is. We know what he's capable of. And maybe we give Aaron Rodgers too much credit because he is so great that we need to put a little bit more on him. But yes, Patrick Mahomes is under pressure this season. We anointed the Chiefs. We fell absolutely head over heels with Chiefs. Chiefs are the new dynasty. They're going to have 20 years of success. How long is Andy Reid going to coach for? They need to have a significant season, and I don't think that they're not going to. I'm just saying, I think Patrick Mahomes has the most pressure this season. He's the young GOAT. He's the kid. He's had a ridiculously awful Super Bowl. The pressure is definitely on Patrick Mahomes.
Listen, I'm going to reel you guys back into why this is Dak Prescott under the most pressure. Like Joy mentioned, he's the only stable thing going in Dallas. So why does Dallas not want to reward him with the big contract that he deserved? They still trying to figure out, should they bring a quarterback in? What should they do with Dak Prescott under center? With Aaron Rodgers being in Green Bay with your pick, Chris, I just feel like his legacy isn't going to change. For the remaining years of his career, he won a Super Bowl. Even if he win one more, you still go look at him as a great player that can make all the throws, and he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. With Russell Wilson, the pressure is always on Russell Wilson because he don't have the offensive guys around him to make him just a better quarterback. He always has to scramble around, make just Houdini plays. So every year coming into the season, I think Russell Wilson feels that all the pressure is on him to win games every play. So this isn't an added thing coming into this season. With Dak Prescott, once again, it's just he needs to prove to everyone that he is the guy for America's team, the team that we talk about every week. He's going to have all the eyes on him because he's coming back from injury, and he just has to have a great season, and that's why he's under the most pressure, in my opinion.
Look, Greg, I know you over there bleeding green and gold, man, but I'm telling you, it's Aaron Rodgers. It's about winning. He was great individually. We all know that. And I don't blame him for many of these years they didn't get to the Super Bowl. But last year, they had it. You talked about the defense. That wasn't a problem last year. They had a good defense. They had a good running game. What was it, like fourth in the league or something like that? They had a great receiver and other adequate receivers. They got to get it done, man. Winning is more at a premium now than ever. Because of talk shows like this, because of national sports radio, we harp more than ever on winning the championship in all the sports, especially football and basketball. Aaron Rodgers has got to get him another Super Bowl. Pressure's on, brother.
All right, well, we're going to table that for now, and I'll beat you up offline. But we're back talking big threes. Why isn't LeBron ready to crown Brooklyn's trio of superstars just yet? That's coming up next here on First Things First.